in what do you call it? In a tax haven country. He was not accused of stealing any money from anywhere. And what's the story behind that? He publicly told everyone. He said, the moment he decided I was going to go back to Nigeria and join politics to run for the office of governor in Anambra, not only that, he resigned from his own top executive positions in the banks, his own investments here in the UK, he sold them, put them in this tax haven. So what do you think, or what do you read about billionaires in this world? Well, what they do to kind of like, and it is not illegal. It is not illegal. It's like me making tens of millions of pounds here now, right? And I decided not to take it to Nigeria, right? So the moment you see tens of millions of pounds in my bank or worth of my own asset disposed and all that, that simply means that whatever tax that needed to be paid within the UK due to that transaction has been paid. And what happened? The rest of the money is yours. He didn't break any law in the UK. He is not wanted in the UK for any crime. He didn't break any law in Nigeria because he didn't bring his investment. He didn't bring them back to Nigeria. How could anybody be pushing that like, you know what I mean? And then somebody who is pushing that, you know, when people push these, right, you can say the likes of APC, Ekbekebe. But you, opposition, you're supposed to, you know, like, be busy with the guy in charge. But that's not the definition for Sowore. You know, it is not. While this guy is also, you know, some said that it's because he's jealous of him. I'm like, no, it's not. Why would he be jealous of Obi? No, no. It's just that there is this, what I believe, there is this personal conviction, all right, that probably when he was younger, when he was still younger, a personal conviction that anyone that has been involved in the political office or what have you of Nigeria, right, that he will never associate with them or scratch that. He's associated with some of these criminals too. But that didn't make him their friend, if you want to say, Abi. Okay. So some said that maybe it is still how they, you know, some of us may not even understand how strongly the guys that ganged up against Egbere Jolanta at that time, how strongly they actually hated everything about him. Beyond all the exposure and expose. So, like if you still see some of them today, including, have you listened to Aisha Yusufu, that is even close to Peter Obi? Have you heard, have you heard her passionately, emotionally talk about Jolanta? Sometimes you just be like, you know, you could feel it. So it's like some of us do not really we do not really understand how deep the entire war waged against Jonathan. Because remember, when Obi finished as governor in Anambra State, he became an economic advisor to Jonathan. I hope some of you remember that, right? Not that he's accused of, as much as many people were accused of stealing money with, you know, during Jonathan's time, he's not accused of any. But Sowore and many others like that, right? They probably still keeps that kind of, because maybe because of what they witnessed as well. Because to them, at the time, they believed that the level of profligacy, or what do you call it, looting of Nigerian Commonwealth at the time was so criminal that they would have preferred from Jonathan, his wife, and others to like rotting in jail if they had their way, but they didn't. So that's what I think is being transferred, because I just really can't put it together, right? And the passion to which they are pushing some of these false narratives, lies, and it is coming from somebody who was supposed to actually be an opposition too. you may be an opposition to an opposition and say, well, you know what? I disagree with him on this, on this, on that. But there are some other things I agree with him. But in his own way, it is all just like one-way traffic, indescribable, right? And makes it more difficult to say if there will ever be any cohesion ever. And what do I mean by that? You know, when they say the united opposition, right? They want to come out and make a demand. For example, in your pre-planned charade right now for 2027. So there should be a little bit of understanding where they can all sort of like force a bit of a fear on the guys who believe that they've conquered, they have no opposition. Because that's exactly what Ifnumbu and his own friends in APC inside the Aso Rock today. That's what they told themselves. They have no real opposition. Follow no road. The blah, the blah, the blah. You know? So Sowore is helping people that have been oppressed by the system. Peter Obi is helping the people who have become active victims of the system. They are both doing a lot to win the people to their sides. So what exactly is the difference here? Yesterday, because sometimes you need to ask yourselves, all right, that what exactly attracts people to this Obi? Somebody said Obi is playing retail politics. Now, I actually went out to go and look that up, retail politics. Like, it's a politician that is never going to go away after election. It's always going to be around. And everywhere he goes, he interacts with a lot of people. The level of the availability interaction can sometimes be compared to what Sowore does too. Like, they have a lot in common, except whatever it is that Sowore's understanding of in opposition means, right? So there was this coffee hangout, okay? And I think it was in Abuja yesterday. So he was there interacting with the same people that you are likely going to call 4 people in a room, faceless people on social media and blah, blah, and all that. Or, now if for any reason, for some reason, they go ahead to participate in your charade 2027, this is another kind of something I wanted to check out, right? If they go into this their charade of 2027 and they get rigged out, because they are going to get rigged out anyway. So the group that has the potential, right, to actually shut down the entire country, if they are propelled to do so, they are the obedient. So Sowore, who is pretty much fast in also organizing, you know, what do you call it, protest and the rest of that, will also be very much harmful. So what is it that makes it so difficult for this, especially Sowore, to see through that, right? Now I'll play you a video. It was at that hangout. This and more is the reason why you may be wondering why are people being so attracted to this guy and not to Sowore. Maybe this can help. One sec.
Everybody here says, we'll vote for you, and you're okay, I'll go away. I don't stay where everybody likes me, because then there's a fake. Yes. There's somebody here who feel like this man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let me tell you. If there's anybody that wants to be friends with Obinna, what's Obinna? You see her? Yeah, but that must not have.
All right, sir. It's a privilege to meet you.
Thank you.
My name is also Vinna.
Yes.
I also went to UNA.
Ah, interesting.
Yes, sir. So I don't hate you.
No, don't worry.
I don't agree with some of your...
Yes.
Yeah, so I want to ask a question.
Yes.
As the leader of the Labour Party, the Labour Party has been rocked with several crises. What have you done to fix this crisis? Because Nigeria is a very complex country. And if you cannot fix the problem in the Labour Party, how do you intend to fix the problem in Nigeria?
Thank you. Thank you, Obina. Let me tell you. Obina, there's a difference between what is happening in Labour Party today. It's caused by government deliberately. Put me anywhere. Obina, what is happening in Labour Party and PDP is caused by government. Yes. We have had a problem in our party before in the past. And Yaradua was president. And I came to him and he told the then INEC chairman, I don't want problem in any party. And we were forced to fix it.
Sir, so 2 questions. First, what will you do differently, considering the situation of things where Nigeria is as of today, to quickly uplift the living standard of Nigerians if given an opportunity, if you become the president in the first 2 years? That's one. The second one is, would you prefer to still fly the presidential candidate under the Labour Party or under the People's Democratic Party?
I'm still continuing in Labour, to run in Labour Party. Because the reality is that I'm a Labour Party member. But today, in all the parties, there's a problem. And these are deliberate problems created by the system. Quote me anywhere. It is deliberate problem created by the system. These are some of the things I want to clean up. If I had the opportunity, every party would have been functional very well. Because you can't have a system to work unless you have strong opposition.
We have about 774 local governments.
Yes.
And based on the past election, there were no representatives around. What are you putting in place now so that the next election there will be representative to cover the 179,000 polling units?
Thank you. Let me be honest with you. It is people. Even if we pay agents, they can decide not to. We pay the other person. But we're going to do that. We're going to make sure that all the polling booths are one. But most important is the people. It's the people that will say no. You know, it's the people that will say we can't continue this way. And they will stop it.
Sir, 2023, I was one of the people that campaigned for you rigorously in my community. Among my family, only me I voted for you. But after the election, and when the result was announced, I was mocked. I was embarrassed that, see, you see now, PA to B. Now, I believe that our votes were not counted. I want to tell you that 2027, what can you tell us? Let us know that 2027, our votes is going to be counted so that we will not be discouraged. Because I believe, as you are here, many people here were discouraged that 2027 you will not vote. What do you want to tell us that to make us to vote again and again and again?
Don't be discouraged. When you bring a change, you have for enemy all those who live off the old order. They are all combine and be your enemy. And those who are not sure you succeed, which is tiny members, are not going to fight for you. But don't give up. Because we require a change. Yeah.
For some of us who are aspiring to be politicians in the future, how do you coexist with people who do not agree with your mandate? Because we see the pictures, and also how long do you intend to keep running for presidency so we know how long we can keep this battle going?
Okay. I don't want to say what people will hear they won't even support me again. But I can tell you, it is my belief that this thing, we should even have retirement age for it. I don't want to be running for office. By 2027, I'll be 65 years old, as at the time of the election. And if, for example, they do it north and south, so if it didn't come to me, if I was not lucky, it will go north 2031. The next time it's coming to south is 2039. Am I right?
Yes.
I'll be about 77 years. I wouldn't want to do any election. It will make a mess of it. I don't want to do that. However, the way I operate today, and I don't hide it, is that I'll keep supporting those of you who wants to bring a change with whatever resources I have. But it's not me running again. There must be a time to go away.
So I want to encourage you. You are getting there. Don't give up.
Everybody here says,
Right. Now, I share that with you because in today's time, in today's, what do you call it, world, the devices that we all hold in our hands and all that, and the messages that come through them, they are faster than the speed of light. Or maybe it's actually like the speed of light. All those short engagements, conversations, question and answers, and stuff like that, they are things that actually sells in. Do you understand? Even if you are his worst critic, if you have a chance of having to engage him and the rest of that, you see, he has made himself so available enough that the entire system has become so obsessed. Their best prayer, of course, is that there should ever be a new coalition. The coalition that Sowore called the homeless coalition. It's like homeless politicians, you know, because all the political parties have problems, which everybody knows, of course, have the hand of the Tifnumbu and his regime for a reason best known to them. A strong opposition is needed. Of course, Sowore as a presidential candidate, as the AAC chairman. So he himself somehow is kind of like isolating himself. Is like, you want to be president of Nigeria, and there are state representatives of this AAC too, okay, who for some reason, right, or let's say possibly because of a lack of proper resources, right, they have not been able to make any real impression to show that, you know, they will be contentious. For the whole country in 2023, INEC only allocated 14,000 votes to Sowore. That's ridiculous, right? So Obi is practicing retail politics, I think it is called. Is it called retail politics? Yeah, retail politics. And somehow, especially those of you who are their supporters, when you listen to, I've been seeing somebody writing in the comments calling Obi fraud. Another one is calling Sowore fraud. This is the problem. I mean, if anybody is doing any form of a research on what I have just, this topic I'm, you know, discussing right now, just go through the comment section right now, and you would have all their supporters. It's the same words. None of them want to listen to themselves. They are all accusing themselves of almost the same thing. Obi is working for Tifnumbu. Sowore is working for Tifnumbu. There is no picture at all, not to talk of any bigger picture on both sides. I understand that when it comes to those who have the real clout to push, they are the obedient. We'll give that to you. And somehow, right? Sowore is not also a pushover. I mean, if it is actually a working system, there's no chance that Sowore will score 14,000 votes in the whole country. But yeah, for what it is. So you are both there, attacking yourselves.